Carl Potts worked with Marvel Comics back in the 80s.
I was there on staff for 13 years from 83 to 96. I was executive editor for most of my time there.
So tell me about Comic-Con when you visited.
Well, it was a much more modest affair. It was very small and intimate. It was not held in these gargantuan facilities. It really was concentrated on the comic books back then, although there was always an element of film and television, games and toys involved. But over the years, as it's grown, comics has pretty much become almost a minority thing at Comic-Con, ironically.
Yeah.
But that has its pluses and minuses. Big minus for me is that it's no longer the intimate affair it used to be.
You said you used to play games with the audiences.
Yeah, at Marvel we used to have what we called the Marvel Olympics. Another executive editor was Mark Grunwald, who was in a lot of ways the heart and soul of Marvel during the 80s, and he came up with the Marvel Olympics, and we'd have these events in these meeting rooms where the fans would come up and do contests with the various professionals from Marvel and try and beat us and win prizes, and we'd make fun of ourselves. And at one point when Tom DeFalco was editor-in-chief, we'd get him to enter a balloon sitting contest to try and break balloons, which he of course would always win. We enjoyed having fun while poking fun at ourselves as well. It was a blast.
So why are you here now? What brings you to Comic-Con?
I created and published a book called Alien Legion at Marvel's Epic Division for about 9 years. And Dark Horse has brought it back. They're doing collections of the earlier work, and now we're working on a new series as well, which will hopefully be out by this time next year. There's a movie in the works in theory, so I've been talking to people about that as well. And this is the place, since comics, film, TV, all the licensing all come together. This is kind of the place where you can hit everybody at once. Although ironically, it's such a chaotic atmosphere, it's more making context and actually getting concrete work done, because you can't concentrate on a conversation of any import for too long here.
That's what I'm understanding. It's more of a meet and greet and a networking event.
Yeah, very little actual business gets done here.
So what happened? You had a fan come on Thursday during your signing and brought not Dark Horse comics.
Well, one of the things I did when I was at Marvel, besides editing, I also wrote and drew for the company, and I wrote and occasionally worked on the art for a book called Punisher War Journal. This fan heard that I was going to be signing at the Dark Horse booth, and they ended up bringing this huge stack of every Punisher War Journal I'd ever worked on to the booth for me to sign, which was a lot of fun, very gratifying, except I was a little concerned that maybe the Dark Horse people might not appreciate it, since these were all Marvel comics from a while ago.
Yeah.
But no one did it. My Dark Horse editor was there, and he actually, interesting bit of turnaround, I gave him his start as an artist on Alien Legion about 20 years ago. Now he's editing Alien Legion for Dark Horse, and I think he cut me some slack on the whole signing Punisher War Journal.
Well, just so everybody knows, he worked with my mom back in the 80s.
And there's a photo of her there with her cat at the time, which, if I remember correctly, she was going out of town and needed someone to watch the cat overnight, so she brought it into my office.
The last time you saw me was I was a baby.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
My pleasure.
coming out. Thank you. What is that slapping sound? Sorry.